I keep saying I think there's a chance. I actually think a good chance that the Vikings go up to number 3 and try and trade with the New England Patriots. Jerod Mayo came out and said right now the priority for the Patriots is going to be finding a quarterback in round 1. But he said we need to really be in love with this guy. You know, we're not just going to take someone just for the sake of it. And Mel Kiper Jr. recently reported that New England has some issues with Drake Maye. Mayo came out and addressed that with, you know, he didn't make you think they were in love with Drake Maye either. He said Drake's had a fantastic interview at the Combine, brings a lot of energy, leadership, blah, blah, blah. The ceiling is there. Now, in saying that, when we're trying to put together a roster, I know a lot of people look at the ceiling. You also have to look at how low the floor is. How low is the floor? I'd say a guy like Drake Maye, he has a lot of room to grow. He's a young guy. Honestly, he hasn't played football nearly as much as the other guys, so definitely something we've looked at. Not exactly glowing endorsement for Drake Maye from Jerod Mayo. Do you guys believe that New England is not locked into a quarterback at 3? Because a lot of people think that, you know, they're just going to do it. I think they're looking to move the pick.
I think they had to draft a quarterback. There's no more Mac Jones. Who's their quarterback?
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I draft a quarterback at number 3.
I would too.
Like, to me, it's a no-brainer.
But I think if the Vikings come in with a giant offer and they could go back to 11 and don't love Drake Maye, if he's, let's say it's Drake Maye there, I think New England's 100% listening right now.
I think that would be foolish. I think one of the 4 best QBs you draft at number 3.
It's never foolish to listen. You might as well see what other teams are willing to give you. But I actually read his quotes very differently. When he said like 8 positives about Drake Maye, you know, he has no ceiling. He's got a leadership ability. He's really exciting, but he's got some room to grow. I take that to be very different than what he said about Jayden Daniels, where he just said, I was on a Zoom with him. I've met him before. Look, his pro day's coming up soon. We're going to head down to LSU. But you have to do your due diligence and talk to scouts, and our guys have seen a lot of bad picks. Like, it's a very different vibe there, but I don't know. I mean, the Patriots don't have another option at quarterback. It's not walking through the door. As we've said, next year's class doesn't look great. There's always another floor. When you have a chance to take a quarterback and you don't have one you can even hope for, right? There's no guy on this roster. It's not like Justin Fields last year where you can hope he grows. There's no guy to be remotely optimistic about. You've got to take the quarterback, I think.
I'm with you guys. I think they really should do it, but I just have this inkling. I don't know why. And people could just say, you know, you're wrong, Paul, but I think they're going to move out. I think Minnesota's going to go to 3. I really do. I'm not sure. But the other thing with New England is,
the Pats then move back, take another position, and who's their quarterback?
Yeah, I could see them trying to go up for one of the other guys later in round 1 or early in round 2.
Well, like a Bo Nix or
maybe, or they take someone at 11 and then they'll have the 23rd pick as well.
Milton.
They'll have early 2nd round pick.
Milton. If they seriously feel that there's not much of a difference in a lot of these quarterbacks, 1 to 6 or 1 to 7, then maybe.
I don't think the Patriots would panic and take someone they don't believe in.
I have a question for you guys, though. Isn't this going to be a Daniel Jones situation all over again?
For whom?
For the Patriots. Like, if you think about it, if they draft a quarterback now, who's he throwing to?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was going to go into. We talked about the Giants roster.
Yeah,
New England's
this
got
roster is nothing.
Kendrick Bourne, Demario Douglas, Juju, and Hunter Henry. I mean, that might even be worse.
Probably worse. Yeah, and the number 1 receiver is Juju Smith.
They have Ziggy's guy Ramondre's there, but there's only so much he can do. With I
think you still take one of those top 3, top 4 quarterbacks though.
I can see with the way New England operates though that they try and build up this roster a bit and find their guy as opposed to picking someone like if they love Jayden Daniels, which maybe is the case, they'll take him at 3. But if they're iffy on Drake Maye and they think, hey, we can load up this team over the next couple of years, get a haul from Minnesota or whoever it may be, and then be in a position to do it. Now, I understand Ziggy's philosophy, just throw darts on the board till you get your guy. I can just see New England operating a little differently.
I mean, it would be such a Patriots thing.
Oh, yeah.
To
fleece us.
Get some, fleece you guys. Build some positions that they really need. Build the team as a whole. And then watch Carson Beck light up the league next year. You take Carson Beck and then he's the quarterback of the future.
I can just see New England operating in that regard.
I mean, it's a really interesting opportunity to see exactly who Jerod Mayo is.
Yeah,
and how he plans to operate. Because if they trade down, you know that he has some continuity with the old Patriots leadership. If he doesn't, it doesn't necessarily mean anything because taking a quarterback makes a lot of sense. But if he trades down, that certainly tells you something about how he's going to operate. And I don't know, his background, like he's a defense guy through and through. He was the guy that Belichick sort of raised to be the successor. If he's internalized some of that, that's definitely something I can see them doing.
Well, it's funny too that you kind of get, with all the coaches that need to go up after quarterbacks, you're also going to be able to see, the different approaches and the urgency levels of different organizations. Minnesota, I think Kevin O'Connell is done waiting around now. Like they have a solid offense. He feels like he can get his guy. The Vikings can be competitive. Denver, Sean Payton doesn't have all the time in the world. He's getting older. I think that's another team. They want a quarterback. Mayo probably feels good about I probably, my leash isn't that short right now. Not to say that O'Connell or Payton necessarily is, but he probably feels like, I can do this my way and build it out from there. I'm trying to think of
right.
Dable might feel pressure to I might need a new quarterback because if this guy sucks, next guy to fall is probably me.
I mean, this upcoming year for the short future, there can't be many expectations for Mayo to come in here and make this team what it was.
No.
Whereas if you're Minnesota with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and now Aaron Jones, I guess all you need right now in that offense is a QB. So a deal like that could make sense for both sides.
Well, let's say New England misses too. Let's say they don't love Drake Maye. They draft Maye. Now there is some sort of clock that's going where it's like, okay, you were in year 3 of Maye. Oh, they didn't believe in him to begin with. The building that it's. I can just see New England wanting to do it their way, and Mayo having the leash to do that. But I mean, we'll see. It all depends. Did you have final? Oh, go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
I also feel like the Patriots had a 20-plus year dynasty. Like, I feel like they feel...
You think they're fat cats?
I feel like they feel they could take a couple years to find their guy and go on another 20-year dynasty.
I don't think that at all. I think there's a lot of restlessness with how bad the Mac Jones era has been.
I guess. You're right.
I'm with Ziggy on this one.
Bobby Kraft, he's 82.
Bobby Kraft.
A lot of years left.
Bobby Kraft. No, I think they're...
No, I can tell he was a Steeler fan as a guy who had Big Ben. I'm not saying Big Ben's Tom Brady, but it's a similar type of situation.
Well, that's a side of it we didn't mention.
And now, like, not having you get very restless very easily.
Well, that's the side of it we didn't mention is Robert Kraft might be the guy to come in and be like, no, like we're swinging right now because he is getting older and who knows if they wait 3 years or 2 years to draft. I actually think it would be next year if they were to do something like this, but. Another team with a lot of options, and you're just going to hear more and more coming out of Foxborough over the next few weeks.